I wanted a totally different life. A steady paycheck, kids, a family.
How are you doing, Paul, sir?
I'm doing well, Howard. I really appreciate your enthusiasm and your appearance and your voice. You're waking me up more than this coffee is. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. So first of all, I really appreciate the series. I watched it nonstop from start to finish. It was just completely binge with it. It's fantastic. I mean, it's really, really up my street, but I think it's going to go down really, really well. So congratulations and thank you for that. I mean, I loved it so much that I jumped straight on and grabbed the book as well, because it's just such a fantastic story. I mean, obviously it's a horrifying story. So, I mean, what I'd really like to ask you first is, obviously there's a physical resemblance because of kind of the burn sides and all these kind of things, no? But I mean, aside from the physical aspect, how did you kind of dig into Larry's kind of tormented psyche and the kind of the social awkwardness that we see in the series without giving too much away?
Yeah, so much of it is on the page because of Dennis Lehane's writing. So a lot of the contextual clues and the literal nature of Larry is right there in the text. But I would say the texture of social awkwardness and the physicality and some of the improvisation I implemented, that's just me having fun with the elements. You know, I'm very much a person who, and not now that I'm married and have a child, I have less time to do this, but coming up as an actor, I would spend hours watching people at airports, in cafes, just studying people's nuances and idiosyncrasies, and it's sort of like a game you play. You look at pieces of a person and you try to say, well, based on what I'm hearing or seeing in them, well, who do I think they are? And I did that with Larry and tried to give him those same contextual clues and pieces of texture, either harrowing or hilarious, to feed the audience the entire performance, hopefully.
I'm also very curious. I mean, something that is really, really kind of stands out is his voice, the intonation of his voice. I mean, it's almost as characteristic as maybe Batman's voice. Was that something that you really had to work on? How did you kind of come to that?
So that's
decision?
his real voice. That's his real
Yeah,
voice.
that's really how he spoke.
I found maybe 12 seconds of composite audio from an old documentary on YouTube, and that informed what I did. Actually, his voice was cartoonishly high. I had to bring it down a little bit and play it at like an 8 instead of a 10 because it was so high. I thought it would almost be distracting. And keep in mind, Larry's not a famous serial killer the way that Charles Manson is. So you don't have to embody it to someone else's expectations. It's just your own interpretation, which is a bit easier. But I like the vocal choice. I think.
No, I think it works
right
perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And then just to finish off, something that I really, really enjoyed. In fact, I love anything to do with serial killers. I mean, obviously, playing a fictional serial killer is one thing in itself, but to play something that is inspired by actual events and an actual kind of serial killer, that must have really taken its toll on you, not just going through the preparation, but actually going through the whole process, no?
Yeah, it was exhausting. When I do Cobra Kai or like this character I'm doing for this Apple show called The After Party with Tiffany Haddish and Sam Richardson, when I do those shows, that's fun. You leave set feeling good. There were a lot of days doing Blackbird where you're just emotionally exhausted, or you're angry at the character because you had to say things and mean things that you don't actually mean or would say in real life. And it's not easy to do. I remember doing this movie Black Klansman for Spike Lee. And there was a day where we all had to watch Birth of a Nation on a big screen and throw popcorn in the air and cheer racism. You know, that sucked, man. We all left feeling gross, like we had to take a shower, peel our skin off. Days like that, those aren't fun days on set. But you know, even the worst day on a movie set or TV set is better than the best day in a cubicle. So it's a charmed existence, but there are some really tough days for sure.
Well, listen, I could speak to you about this for hours, but we're sadly out of time. So listen, thanks so much for your time, Paul. I wish you the best of success with this. I'm sure it's going to go down really, really well. And I look forward to I hope to speak to you again sometime soon, sir.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for
All
watching
right.
the whole
All the very
show.
best. Take care then.
If you think you could be in danger, you are in danger.